In this video, I will expose the business model that makes me over $250K a month. And no, this is not dropshipping, this is not SMMA, this is a very simple business model. You guys might have heard about it already, but don't know too much about it, or you guys just never did at all. But trust me when I say this is a business model that you can start tomorrow and you can instantly profit from day one. And I'm not even exaggerating. I will also break down the exact strategies that I use on a day-to-day basis in my business, which helped me grow to this point over the last couple of months. So let's get right into the video. And the business model that has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month and will continue doing so until I'm well into my millions is Amazon FBA. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this business model before, and those of you who have, I'm sure you guys probably seen results as well as, maybe checked my YouTube channel or my IG page and seen I'm doing thousands of dollars in sales every single day. And this is for real, guys. This is no joke. Let me just pull up my Amazon app. Here's my Amazon app. Give a quick refresh. As you can see here, today I'm at $6,600 in sales for the month, $266,000, just to prove and show you guys that I'm the real deal. But this business model really did change my life, so I'll go more in depth about it. But before we do, I want to talk about who I am and my background, right? I'm 23 right now. This year I'm going to turn 24. And not too long ago, I went to university. I actually graduated from a top university. I am Chinese and I come from a very traditional background where my parents, both my mom and my dad, really emphasized on the idea of education. And they really wanted me to pursue higher education, get that degree, because they were always saying if you had an education background or a solid education background, you could get a well-paying job. But, I'm not saying that's wrong. That's definitely the case maybe 20 or 30 years ago, back when my parents were growing up. But now in 2024, I live in Toronto. A house is $2 to $3 million. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, but a typical decent, humble looking house is around $2 million. You're not getting that by working a $50,000 to $60,000 job. But going to my point, I've worked many different jobs. My very first job was at McDonald's, where here in Toronto, minimum wage was $14 an hour, which is pretty good, but I was a crew member. I was washing dishes. I was making the burgers. I was doing all of that. So I started from the very bottom end. And over the years, as I went through university, I have a business major. So I had internships where I worked at Toyota, which is, probably a very well-known car company. I even worked at a bank as a financial analyst, and I had a job lined up there when I graduated. So I've had many different work experiences. So I really understood and I really understand the struggle of trading time for money or sucking up to your manager, putting on that fake smile. I really understand it all. And it gets very bad, especially in the corporate background, right? But I've had experience in the corporate field. I graduated from university last year and I realized that number one, I wouldn't be making enough money for a house, for a nice car. I wanted to pursue internet money or online money. And the first thing I did was I tried dropshipping. I think I did dropshipping for probably 9 to 10 months. I spent thousands of dollars. I've tested over 30 products. I did Facebook dropshipping, TikTok dropshipping. I did everything. And when I mean everything, like I actually mean it. And I've also spent thousands of dollars. I even tried SMMA for a while, but obviously that didn't work out. So I discovered Amazon because one of my closest friends' friend, he was selling on Amazon. And at the time when I found out, he was going to a retail store and buying $100 coffee machines, like Keurigs, all of that. And he was flipping it for like $30, $40 profit. So it was amazing, right? And obviously I understood with this business model, you need money to make money. I completely understood that, but I was so desperate to the point where I did not want to work a corporate job. I did not want to, go into an office, be part of the quote unquote rat race, that I was willing to do anything, right? I learned a lot from him. This was an opportunity of a lifetime and I literally understood that. So I went with it, right? So during that time when I was learning Amazon, from my friend. I was still working my job. I was working at the bank. So I would go in the office from like 8 a.m. until like 5. And after that, I was going through the flyers. I was going through retail stores, finding good deals and going in store to buy them. I sold Keurigs, as you see here, Keurig K-Slims. I sold backpacks, the North Face backpacks. These were really good. And I even sold Band-Aids. These were one of my best ever selling products. I've sold thousands of them. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars off Band-Aids. So I'm revealing one of my best products. And it's very crazy. It's actually really, really crazy to think how I could do Amazon FBA full time just by selling these products. Everyday products that you see, like coffee machines, backpacks, Band-Aids. It's pretty crazy if you really think about it. Fast forward to now, right? In present day, this is a screenshot of my store. In the last 30 days, I've done $265,000 USD in sales, which is crazy to think. I just came back from vacation. I went to Portugal and Spain for 2 weeks from May 2nd to May 16th. So if you really align with the first screenshot on the left, I'm in like Ibiza, I'm in Spain, Portugal, Barcelona. I'm at the FC Barcelona game and I would open my Amazon seller app and refresh and see like $8,000 in sales. I'm doing like thousands of dollars every single day in pure profit. It's really crazy to think. And, you know, on the very right screenshot, I recently just picked up a new car, the 2024 Audi S5. It's a crazy car. It's very beautiful. Honestly, it has brought a lot of enjoyment to my life. And if you were to tell me 2 years ago when I was still in university that in 2024, I'll be making tens of thousands of dollars in pure profit every single month just by selling like backpacks, shoes, socks, Band-Aids, anything. And, you know, like I'm making so much money that I could also go on vacation, you know, quote unquote, passively making money. I would not believe it. It's truly a blessing. I wake up every single day and I'm very thankful for the opportunity that I was given and all the hard work that I put in to get myself to where I need to be right now. And yeah, Amazon really did change my life and it has changed the lives of many other people. The Audi RSQ8, that's my friend who was also selling on Amazon. So clearly it has changed the lives of two people, not just myself, right? And I'm sure Amazon can change your life if you really put the time to invest into learning this business model. It's really, really crazy. So now I wanted to give a breakdown of how I find winning products in my Amazon business. And I'm just talking from this at a very high level. And realistically, there's two business models that I leverage within Amazon that helps me find minimum 2 to 3 profitable products every day. And I don't even work every day. On the days that I do work, I can find so many products, but I leverage arbitrage and wholesale. So with arbitrage, essentially you're purchasing from retailers, you know, such like Walmart, Costco, Target, these big chain retail sites, and you sell these items for profit on Amazon. And arbitrage is great if you're on a lower budget. When I first started on Amazon, I was doing arbitrage. It works really, really well if, like I said, if you're on a lower budget, if you don't have too much money to your name. And as you scale up and reinvest all your money, I slowly converted into wholesale. So now these days I do about 90% wholesale, 10% arbitrage. And with wholesale, I'm finding distributors in my area in Toronto, in Canada, where I could purchase name brand items such as Colgate, Band-Aids, North Face, Nike, whatever it is, and I sell them for profits on Amazon. Obviously, this requires more capital, but it's more leveraged and it's a lot easy to scale. You could definitely make a lot of money. I'm also at $4 million in lifetime sales on Amazon. And I'd say like 3 million of that came from wholesale. The first million came from arbitrage. That's a lot of money for a 23-year-old. So these two models really did change my life. So why does Amazon work? There's really many reasons to why this business model is so good. You can make money so quick. It could change your life within a blink of an eye. And the reason why Amazon FBA clicked for me instead of dropshipping, instead of SMMA, is because it did not require any soft skills such as marketing or sales, right? I'm personally not a big speaker. I'm kind of more of an introverted individual myself. And also I'm not that good at marketing, right? Especially with dropshipping. When I'm selling a water bottle, there's like 30 other sellers selling the exact same thing. So it's very difficult to stand out and be unique. Now, I'm not saying that's impossible, but it's definitely a bigger learning curve. And with Amazon FBA, these skills are not required. Essentially, you're just hopping on and riding the wave of pre-existing brands, like I said, like Colgate, like Tide. These brands spent generations building up the marketing, building up their customer base, and you're just riding that wave by purchasing items and selling it on a massive platform like Amazon. 40% of all total online sales are generated from Amazon, which is really, really crazy to think. And you could Google that just if you don't believe me. But yeah, 40% of total online sales are generated from Amazon every single year. So, Amazon cannot be saturated. There's no such thing as competition. And the people who say Amazon is quote unquote saturated are the people that, number one, never sold on Amazon, or number two, they just don't know what they talk about and they're straight hating. There's no way it could be saturated when there's so many items, when there's thousands, tens of thousands of items that you can purchase every single day. And there will never be a point where you could purchase all of them. You just simply will not have enough capital to purchase all these items. And a lot of these items are usually selling at a higher price point on Amazon compared to other retail sites. I know for a fact, like kitchen hardware items, a lot of these pot and pans, kitchen knives, they're more expensive than if you were to go into like Walmart or another retail store to purchase them, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. But a lot of customers, they pay for convenience, right? So that's why Amazon really thrives. And like I said many times before, Amazon FBA really is an opportunity of a lifetime. One of those business models where not many people talk about, because it sounds very boring, but boring business models work. It's a boring business model, but like I said, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, and you really don't want to miss this out. You really want to capitalize it and start this business as soon as possible. So I'm going to give you guys some nuggets on how I find winning products. And essentially, there are 3 ways that I utilize on a daily basis to find these products. Obviously, within my mentorship program, I go over 12 different strategies, but I just wanted to quickly highlight the first 3. The first would be to go on Google and you use several keyword sequences. So search either name brand distributors near me, name brand authorized distributors in Toronto, or name brand suppliers in Canada. And when I mean name brand, it could be, you could substitute that with Colgate, Tide, Nike, any big name products. And the reason why you want to search this is because by using the Google search method with these specific keyword sequences, with each specific keyword sequences, a new result will pop up. So if you use a name brand like Tide, if you change up the way you're searching things, there will be different distributors and wholesalers that appear with every different search, if that makes sense, right? So this is very effective for opening up distribution accounts where you could buy profitable inventory of, products like Tide. The second thing that I like to go for is to also use Google Maps, where I search Tide distributors in Toronto, and I go on Google Maps where it will list all the distributors, all of the retailers that in theory carries Tide in their store. This is very good because, like I said, it cannot be saturated, especially since with your current specific location, say I'm in Toronto, right? Someone living on the west coast of Canada will never find the same distributor that I'm finding because they're just not in the same geographical location. Similar to United States, I will not find your distributors if you lived in Florida or if you lived in LA. So this is a very good method when it comes to finding profitable inventory to sell on Amazon. And not many people talk about this. So I'm really giving you guys all of the nuggets and all of the tips and tricks to really succeed on Amazon. And the last strategy that you could do is to go to your local supermarket. It doesn't have to be like a Walmart. It could be just a local mom and pop shop, and you walk into it, you pick up a name brand item, we'll use Tide again, and you look behind, the packaging, and more often than not, like 90% of the time, it should show the authorized distributor, or at least the company that is responsible for selling these products in your local area, right? And sometimes it'll provide the phone number, sometimes it'll provide the address, but it'll always provide you the name. So take a picture or write that down in your notes on your phone. And when you go home, search them up, send them an email, or give them a phone call. So these are the 3 things that I do in order to find profitable inventory for my Amazon business. And these methods work. I could guarantee it works because a lot of the products that I sell, like I said, I found using these strategies. So essentially with the email, what you want to do is to set up a Google Workspace account. So don't reach out with a @Gmail domain. Figure out a company name, a professional company name, and set up a Google Workspace account. I think it's like, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's like $10 a month, which is very cheap. So just have it as your first name. So in my case, it'll be Jeffrey@FBAnavigator.com. And the reason why you want to do that is because companies, they get so many of these emails every single day from Gmail accounts that they just don't open it at that point because you just don't stand out and it's not very professional. Think about it from a business standpoint. You would only respond to other emails that seem more professional. So I strongly advise, investing like $10 and getting that Google Workspace account set up so you can reach out. And this is the script that I use. Hi, I'm interested in purchasing Tide products for my retail business, and I'm interested in opening up an account. Could you kindly send over any account application forms you may have in order to proceed? Thanks. And in your name, you could put your role, whether or not you're owner or outreach manager, whatever it is. Put your company, and you can also use a phone number. And this script is very, very effective because you get to the point. There is no need to talk about your upbringing, how old you are, all of that. You just really need to get to the point, make it easy to understand and easy to respond to. So the next part to succeeding on Amazon would be scaling. So obviously now at this point, you open up a few wholesale accounts and you basically found and went through the catalog and found some profitable inventory. 3 things that I really advise you do to continue scaling. 3 things that you really have to focus on is number 1, outreach, number 2, automate, and number 3, reinvest your capital. With number 1, with outreaching, it's just simply reaching out to more distributors, reaching out and finding more name brand products. That's pretty self-explanatory. The backbone of your Amazon business is just winning products. So as long as you keep outreaching consistently, because this is a numbers game, then you will find many products that you could carry in your online catalog, in your Amazon business, that will generate you thousands of dollars every single month. And the second thing is automate. I was once told a very good quote, which I still think of to this day. And that quote is to work on your business and not work in your business. Obviously, when you first start, you're working in your business, as in you're packing, you're sourcing, you're outreaching, you're doing all of the above. But at some point, you want to work on the business. So you want to continue growing it. So you can hire out, you could go on onlinejobs.ph. That's like where you can hire VAs for like $4 an hour. I have 3 VAs right now. They are amazing and they are basically kind of the backbone of my business with the outreach, with the scanning of the catalogs, with all of that. So automation is key. So it frees up your time so you can continue focus on the right priorities and continue growing your Amazon business. The third is reinvesting your capital. I guess this is a no-brainer because at the end of the day, like I said, this business is a cash business. You use your current cash to make more cash. So what you want to do is to reinvest your capital. When you first make your first couple $1,000s, resist the urge to go and buy nice jewelry, a nice watch, a nice car. What you should do is take that profit and that cash and move it back into your business and continue outreaching, continue buying more profitable inventory. And before you know it, you will be cash flowing positive so hard that can afford to take some cash out to get a nice car, to get a nice watch and all of that. But I advise for at least the first 6 months of your Amazon journey to just keep reinvesting and cycling your money because success compounds. And the last thing you want to do is while you're gaining momentum to ruin it by taking out too much money out of your business. Follow these 3 tips on scaling and I promise you guys will hit 100K or even 200K, 300K, even 500K a month very, very, very quickly. So what are my final thoughts? I really do believe Amazon FBA is a lifetime of an opportunity. And the fact that you're watching this video or you even clicked on the recommended video and saw this kind of is a sign for you to start Amazon. If you were to tell me 2 years ago that my life would be completely changed, that now I don't have to worry about money whatsoever, I can splurge on fancy dinners with my girlfriend, I could buy any jewelry I want, any car I want, I could go on vacation while still making money, I would not believe it, right? Amazon really does change lives. And it didn't just change my life, it changed many others as well. The fact that it does not require any skills such as marketing and sales like dropshipping or other business models requires. It's very, very simple. Obviously, like I said, I'm making this business model sound easier than it sounds, but trust me, I put in a lot of work over the last 2 years. I spent countless nights packing and sourcing, but here I am 2 years later and I am able to be in front of this camera talking to you and sharing you my thoughts. And I really hope it could change your life as it has changed mine.